in real life, when you experience something, you really experience it because you use all 5 of your senses. You see things, you hear things, you smell things. Sometimes you touch things and taste things. But if you're writing a story about that experience, you want the reader to really, really experience what you felt and saw and heard and everything. If you're reading a story, that writer wants you to fully experience everything that they're writing about. So how do they do this? They use imagery. And all imagery is words that writers use to create a vivid image or experience in whatever it is that they're telling you about. And one of the ways that authors use imagery is to use figurative language. Now, figurative language is actually really fun. Sometimes we get a little bit overwhelmed with it because some of the terms that we use in figurative language, they're complicated and they're weird words, but you'll get the hang of it, don't worry. So just remember, figurative language is used to help authors create imagery. Why do they use imagery? Because they want to activate the 5 senses of the person who's reading their story. They want you to experience everything. So, what are the types of figurative language? The first one that we're going to talk about is my favorite one. Let's see if you can guess what it is. I'm hungry. I think I'll go grab a snack. What, no? I'm not a snack. You can't have me. I'm a banana, and I'm alive. Lady, back off. Do not peel. I said don't peel me. So we have a talking banana. Now, can you guess what type of figurative language that is? If you guessed personification, you are right. Yay! Because bananas can't really talk. People can. Personification is figurative language that is used to give objects that are not living characteristics of a human being. So when you see something like a talking banana, or you hear someone describe the sun smiling at me, or the stars crying, that is using personification. I remember it because the word person is actually in the word. Let's see if you can guess this next type of figurative language.
What are you doing? Oh my gosh! What have you done, Olivia? Holy moly, it's like a Lego ball went up in here. You're gonna have to. Ow! Oh, I almost just died from you. Oh, call your father. Honey, I almost just died from Lego.
Wow, dramatic much? This crazy lady used words like Lego bomb and then stepped on a Lego and said, I almost died. What type of figurative language is this one? That's right. If you guessed hyperbole, you're right. Now, this word is not hyperbole. No. You say it like this. Hyperbole. You exaggerate the per part, see? And it helps you remember that this piece of figurative language is an exaggeration, okay? If a real bomb went off in there, we would not be alive. She didn't almost die. She probably hurt her foot, but that's it. So this is hyperbole, when you exaggerate something. The next type of figurative language is found often in comic books, but it's used in regular writing all the time. This is a weird word. It is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeias are sound effects, basically. So when you see zoom, crash, boom, meow, hiya, they're action words. And the letters are supposed to sound out the sound effect you would hear if you were watching a movie or hearing something in real life. So these are onomatopoeias. Now let's see if you can guess what this next type of figurative language is. Olivia, where are you?
Up here.
Where?
Here.
Where? I don't see you anywhere. What are you doing? Girl, you better get down. What are you, a monkey? Where are you?
On a tree.
Why are you in a tree too? I've got a bunch of monkeys in my family. Can you guess the type of figurative language? If you guessed metaphor, you're right. Yay! A metaphor compares one thing to another thing. And usually these things are not really that much alike. So in the videos, the children in the trees were compared to monkeys. Why? Because the kids were climbing trees and monkeys usually hang out in trees. This is an example of a metaphor. Compares two things. Now, something very similar to a metaphor is something called a simile. A simile also compares two things, but it also includes the words like or as when they're making that comparison. So you are as skinny as a rail. Or without my glasses, I am blind as a bat. Stop. You cry like a baby. Wow, y'all are growing like weeds. So comparing me without glasses to a bat. Blind as a bat. That's a simile. You are growing like a weed. Comparing your growth with a weed using the word like. Does that make sense? Simile, use like or as. And the final type of figurative language we are going to talk about today is called alliteration. Alliteration is just the repeating of a certain sound at the beginning of a word. It's like a rhyme. So those fun tongue twisters that we like to read, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, or Sally sold seashells by the seashore. Those are examples of alliteration. And that's it. That's all we're going to talk about today for figurative language. There are more, but we'll get into those another time. So remember, figurative language is used by authors to create imagery. What is the purpose of an author using figurative language? To create imagery, to invoke the senses, to give you a strong feeling or experience as you read something. See ya next time. Bye.